So rule number 5 is also same power, but we deal with division. So, but you can also look at this at it this way. So for example here, like if you look at part A is a fraction that is supposed to repeat 5 times. So it's actually quite troublesome to write out 5 times. Okay, I'm running out of space to write 5 times. So if you think of it, you're going to write it out 5 times. And because you write it out 5 times, right, there are 5 numerator. The numerator in a way is multiplied 5 times. M times M times M times M. So it will be faster if you visualize it that way and you do something like M is repeated 5 times. The numerator is repeated 5 times. The denominator is also repeated 5 times. So you can think of it that way. It will be easier. And I apply my same base multiplication. I apply my double power. So that's a situation of double power. So that's how I get my 15, 3 times 5. So for fraction, right, if it's being repeated, it's the same idea. So here is also another one. If you look at part B, a fraction is repeated 5 times, multiplied by a fraction that is repeated twice. So when a fraction is repeated 5 times, the numerator is repeated 5 times. The denominator is also repeated 5 times. So in this one, the numerator is repeated twice. Q is also repeated twice. So you apply the double power first. And how do you handle fraction? Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So if I'm going to multiply, that looks like my same base multiplication. So the numerator is same base multiplication. The denominator is also same base multiplication. So I'm going to erase this to show part C. Part C is a divide. So when we are dealing with a divide and there's a fraction involved, there's a power involved, you got to be careful because when we divide a fraction, we can do a reciprocal. So you got to be very clear when are you doing a reciprocal or when are you not doing a reciprocal. So let's observe part C. So if you look at part C, right, I got a fraction that's multiplied 3 times. Meaning the number is multiplied 3 times. The algebra is multiplied 3 times. The y is also multiplied 3 times. Then I got another fraction which is multiplied twice. So when you multiply a fraction twice, that means the number is multiplied twice. The algebra is also multiplied twice. So I'm just simplifying. So after all that I have done, I apply my double power. I forgot to power this. So I apply my double power rule. So this is the time when the fraction become clean. You flip it around. You do the reciprocal. So the divide will change to a multiply, but you flip it over. So when you flip it over, it kind of get messy. So you might want to do a bit of organization. Numerator times numerator, but we organize it in numbers, X and Y. So when we go to the denominator, we do the same thing. The number first, X, then Y. So we want to do it this way so that we can group them into same base division. So we can group them into same base division. So if you're a bit messy, right, it's a bit difficult to group them. And you also tend to make careless mistake. So that is the mixture of all the rules so far. That's example 9.